So, hello, DJ Nintendo and n0ne. So you both are top 50 world, right? And that's a pretty good achievement, right? That's pretty good. All right, so you guys are here for Smash Intensifies 2. What do you think of this event compared to like all the other tournaments you've been to?
There's a lot of players that I've never played, even though we're like both regions, Ontario and Quebec, are from Canada.
All right.
My first time here, so it's cool to meet a lot of new people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different players I've never played before, because this is actually my first time in Montreal. I've been to Canada 4 times though, but the other 3 times were in Toronto.
All right.
So it's like, get to play different styles from like Toronto and Montreal. It's really interesting. It's really fun too.
All right. So, what if I have to? When did you begin Smash? Like, when did you first started to play competitively, and when was your first competitive tournament?
Well, mine was, I guess, like in 06, 07, something like that.
All right.
It's quite a while, but back home, we didn't have much tournaments and everything. It was just Smash Fest gatherings, so we played between each other. It was pretty intense rounds, and yeah, that was basically it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm one of the grandpas of the community. I started competitively in 2002. Yeah, and Melee came out like December 3rd, 2001. So it was basically the beginning. But yeah, once I started competitive Smash, because I used to play 64 first, but not that much. But then once Melee came out, I was super hyped that it was being released. I got the game first day and everything and started playing. And I still mained Mario. Like right away, I just had to main Mario. Like, yeah, Mario's my favorite Nintendo character. And yeah, once that all started, I never stopped. I don't remember what my first tournament was. It was probably like some underground tournament in like a basement, like in somebody's building, because that's how it was back in the days. It was like 10 stock tournaments with items on, like single elimination. Like yeah, that's how it was back then.
Crazy.
All right, so when you look back at like how Melee mostly, because you guys are both Melee players mostly, evolved within those past like 10, 15 years, what do you think of like why Smash like transformed from like casual play to this competitive scene where there's like esports, top players, skill levels, everything?
Well, I think it's because it's a game that actually requires skill. All these things like glitches or whatever you want to call it, but they are things that advance the metagame. So when a game has that thing where you can be better than someone with technical skill, that's like attractive to someone, I guess. Attractive might be a good word, but yeah, from there comes a competitive thing.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, I guess I just got lucky that I got into a game that everyone loves.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, before Smash became all esports and everything, like the game didn't die still for all those years because we're grassroots. We did not let the game die. We kept playing. There was, like n0ne was saying, the game is really advanced now. Like there was always things every year where people were just picking up, like, oh, that's new. Oh, this text thing is new. Even like bad characters, like people were like stepping it up, or like mid tiers, like we have Axe with Pikachu, a bait with Luigi, like making top 8s all the time now. And like the game is forever evolving, and now that we have, we're like esports, it helps Smash and the community grow even more, get more opportunities, more pop bonuses, more top players want to go to these tournaments, more people want to watch, stream viewers, everything.
All right. So I guess like you said a lot about like the fact that the game is really attractive and it's really kind of easy to pick up, right? And whenever we attach to those like technical skill and mind skill, kind of, because like we need a read in some ways, and there's a lot of what we call mind games or mindsets in this game. What do you have to say of Smash compared to other like competitive video games, or fighting games, I guess?
I think it has like all, like, let's compare it to Street Fighter.
Like
it's
how,
the biggest
how is
thing.
it unique, I guess?
It has all the like fighting game things, I guess, footsies, like mind games, all of that exists. But back then it was kind of different because there weren't any VODs, right? Like VODs weren't a thing.
Yeah, it was just like recording on VCRs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like videos were super rare.
Yeah.
So like nowadays, like people have the advantage that there's 20XX. People can grind text code like really quickly. And then they can go back and watch VODs on YouTube. That wasn't a thing back then. So it's helping the metagame at the same time. I got lost off track, but anyways,
It's okay.
it has everything the other fighting games have.
Yeah.
Mind games, footsies, mix-ups. It even has resets if you want to put that. Like it has a lot of things that other, even though it's cartoonish characters,
Yeah.
it does have all of that.
Yeah, Smash has like n0ne was saying, like a lot of fighting game elements. You know, because there are characters that are more suited for having a lot of footsies than just like spamming text skill. Like for example, Samus. Samus is super footsie based. Wave dashing, jab blocking your character, hitting them with space forward tilts, up tilts, stuff like that. Those are more hard-based characters. And then you have characters like Fox and Falco. Of course, you can use mind games and footsies with every character, but they're more like on the technical side. And then you have things like crouch cancel and stuff that's not in like any other fighting game. And then what's unique about Smash is it has like those type of elements. Like it's all about percentage, getting the person off stage. Like stages really matter in like a lot of matchups. Like it's not like a conventional fighter where it's just a wall, you can't run anywhere. Like once you're cornered, you're basically like in a bad position. Like for most matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess you guys said a lot about technical and things about Smash that are really like that you have a sense of probably but that we have less a sense of, because I mean you guys have been playing for like more than 10 years and like it's probably different to me than to you, because I just started, for example, like I just started last summer, right? So I mean it sounds like pretty crazy when I want to get into that competitive scene with like already all those like really good smashers and all those really good experienced people. So like for me personally, I think Smash is like really nice in a way that like anyone can pick it up, anyone can play it competitively, and anyone can like really learn and get to like the 100% if he really wants to, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like there is dedication, there is all those things that comes in Smash, like sports, like esports, like such things,
Yeah.
So now that we talked about this, what do you have to say of other games such as Project M or Smash 4 that recently came out are trying to reach the same competitive level as Melee, but they're different.
Yeah.
So like what do you have to say of those games?
If it's Project M, I like it. Like I prefer Melee, obviously, but I do enjoy PM. I do think this thing about levels and like rule sets and they have to do a universal thing, because every time I'm going to new regions like cities or whatever, and I'm asking all the time what are the stages, and I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, there's no unified rule set for PM yet, and that makes it like really frustrating, because it's like they usually at tournaments put too many stages to counterpick. So it's like, okay, you get 2 bans, but then there's still like 10 other stages left. So then your character could still be at a disadvantage. So they have to finally like just get together and make a unified rule set.
Something stable.
I know it's hard because there are a lot of characters in the game.
Well, I mean, they did a lot of patches too. Like
And
the game is still changing.
Yeah, they continue to do it. It's like every few months is like a new patch and stuff like that. But Smash 4 though, Smash 4 is basically up there with Melee, especially with the help of esports.
Yeah.
Like we had 0 undefeated for like so long, and then finally the big upset, n0ne beats them at MLG, and people are getting closer and closer, to beating 0 other than n0ne, and like the results are getting all mixed up. Like we have like the top players, like we have ESAM and like DeBuzz and n0ne, Anti, players like that.
Okay.
And then so many other players are stepping up to the plate. And Smash 4 at first was like really slow. People didn't like it in the beginning. It's like, similar to Brawl, just spam air dodge. But I said wait till the metagame evolves, because Smash 4 is getting more and more aggressive now.
Yeah.
It's getting way faster. People are edge guarding way faster. Of course, Rage is, to me, a really annoying mechanic. I don't think it should be in the game.
Wait, sorry, what's the mechanic inside?
Rage.
The ledge?
No, rage.
Rage?
When you're when your percent is really high, you get like a buff where you send people further away.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
you could
that.
be losing,
Okay.
but then winning kind of at
All right.
the same time.
I didn't even know that actually. I don't play that Smash 4 that much, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
okay.
yeah,
That sounds really weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. You know, I
Okay.
guess that was the exchange for tripping and brawl.
Yeah.
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 All right.
But it still adds, like, even though I personally don't like the mechanic, but it adds an extra element of gameplay. It's like, all right, we're both last stock, but he's at 100, but then I'm at 30. If he hits me with a certain move, I could die because he's at 100%.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. So you still have to play careful. Like if you're both playing a melee match and you're both at 140. Like,
So it's like you have this sense of competitive play that there is in Melee, but it's not the same type
Kind of
of play.
disguised. It's kind of disguised. It's there.
it's kind
but
of
it's-
they both have similar traits, even though they're both different games. Yeah.
Personally, for me, I played for fun. I do enter tournaments, but I don't do well. But it has helped me out in my melee game because my style is kind of aggressive, and that has helped me like tone down the aggressiveness where I shouldn't be using it,
Alright.
and it's helping me be more patient.
Yeah, because it's definitely more patient. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's a bit like Brawl on this type of thing because Brawl was a lot of patience too, I guess. And okay, so it's pretty nice. And then to finish it off, what in Melee, like compared to like, since you guys are part of top players, right? What do you feel is like the barrier between like really good players, such as local players that we can find here, or like I'm thinking of like Simo or Zelmar or I don't know B-Wins, which is B-Wins is considered top player, but he doesn't play that much, I guess. And what do you think is the barrier between the top players and the really good players?
Pretty sure we're gonna say the same thing. I think it's basically the mind play aspect of the game. You see 20XX, it gives you the ability to like grind and everything, like do super tech skill, but that experience you gain from playing actual players and learning mind games and stuff like you only learn that through time and through traveling to other places. Like it's the only way. So nowadays you see like Fox's quadruple shining your shield.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I still can't do it.
12-year-olds, like I be playing in tournament. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this young ass kid, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I can't even do that.
I do
Like,
too, and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. Like 2 is my limit for me.
Yeah, but the mind aspect of the game. People that have been playing the game for a bit of a while, they might have that. Newer players might do mindless pressure or something, and then that's where they fall into traps. Better players will lure those people into those traps.
All right.
And the one thing a lot of like lower level players or mid players, whatever, do is like they'll watch. They think that all right, I see all these top players, you know, Mango or Mata or whatever, and they see them going or West Balls. They see them doing all this crazy pressure and everything, and they study those videos. But they're still not really understanding why they're doing what they're doing. They just see tech skill and then they want to emulate it.
Yeah.
And that's not really the way to like get better. Like you have to watch videos that are kind of like around your skill level. You can't just be like a scrub and then just watch West Balls and then be like, oh, I'm gonna do that. He just double shine, then double shine or whatever, and it works. I tell people this, like you gotta tone it down first. You gotta get up there.
Yeah, because that's actually really interesting because I've seen a lot of players that started Smash this year, and I started Smash with PM. So like it was weird for me to get into Melee and see that like Melee is different than PM because it's way more intense. Like there's way more mind games. I think there's way more like technical, but also like the technical is way more linked with the mind games, as in PM, for example.
Yeah.
So like you gotta get that sense, and when you see people that start playing Melee and that they start grinding like technical things and stuff, you see them do that on their own at like on 20XX, but once they go to actual tournaments and they try to do it, they totally fail.
Yeah.
Because like they don't, even though they might be able to do like multi-shines, they're not going to be able to actually practice it or do it during tournament matches. So it's I guess since you guys are more experienced, it's a lot due to experience.
Yeah, it's all
But I mean, when you see players like the n0ne also that started like 5 years ago, like it means that we can still reach it, and that Smash is a really good game because you can still reach it even though you've been playing for like a year.
Yeah, Smash has so many resources now. It's like, you know, you have a plethora of like YouTube videos. Smashboard's of course super useful with so many guides and everything.
Debug menu.
Yeah, debug menu with 20xx. You know, you can do
Yeah.
whatever, make the computer like do whatever you want, just to like hone in your tech skill. And then, you know, you go to a lot of Smash Fest, you know, you practice setups, you go to tournaments, talk to a lot of good players, ask them for advice, stuff like that. And like I've been playing people in pools, and you know, they ask me for advice, and I stay down and like I help them and play friendlies with them, because it's like the more the community improves, then you know I also improve, because there's always something new that I can learn. Like no matter how good I am, even if I was the best in the world, there's always something that I can learn. Like even from somebody like low level, like oh wow, that's actually interesting.
That happens, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for this. That was really nice. And honestly, I hope you guys will always show us great plays, and that we'll get always together to live on with this Smash community and make good use of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
Decent.